Good morning, Coldwell Banker managers. It's Scott Gearhart from the Coldwell Banker Winter Haven Lakeland office. I'm at Lakeland right now. Just want to touch base on my technique as far as looking for welcome homes, obviously that are tarps. Don't give up on them. I've had several that came over that were big producers, 250, 450 and up GCIs, anywhere down to the $25,000 GCI producers and kind of in between. It took multiple calls. It took taking them to lunch. I'm big on going to lunches and talking. It kind of makes people let their guard down. Just stay with it. Stay consistent. The biggest clue or the biggest insight I can give into that is you got to be consistent with it. If you're just picking up the phone or hitting them with the text message once every couple of months, they're not going to buy in to you or what you're looking to do to bring them back. It's got to be consistent. So usually for me, it's once a week, once every 2 weeks. Text message seems to be the least invasive. If they seem receptive on the text messaging or the answer back, I'll usually follow that up with a call the next day and then try to set something up for a lunch. They usually don't want to come to the office, as we all know. God forbid that they're seen there and the word gets out. That seems to be something that agents are terrified of. So stay up with the follow-up program is the biggest thing. Next would be looking at their production. If you don't want to really reach out to somebody that left us and they've excelled dramatically somewhere else or stayed about the same, reaching out to them every once in a while is okay. Maybe just an innocuous text message of some sort to see how they're doing. I did have one come back last year that was doing slightly better than where they were at with us before, but they didn't like the office culture. They didn't like the hand-holding we did, so they came back. Most of the time, you want to look for the ones that they've started to lag or they've lagged big time since they've left. You give them a month or two before you hit them up after they leave. They're not going to do, they got to move their listings. They got to go out there and remarket themselves. I usually don't mess with them for the first couple of months. But after that, it's the text message, and obviously I don't ever point out that, hey, I see that your performance has gone down the tube since you left. That's not something that's going to be conducive to a lunch or another meeting. But just checking in, hey, how's things going over there? We miss you over here, and tell me what you like about where you're at versus what we were doing. Maybe we'll make some adjustments here, and it's usually nothing ever real convincing on their behalf. They're going to tell you initially on that first reach out, oh, it's great and everything's wonderful, and just keep watching their production. If their production falls off, stays consistently falling off to some degree or another, at some point they're going to want to talk because they're going to think that they made a bad decision. And let's face it, most of the times they leave, their production falls off. I've had very few that I've tracked that they just went crazy somewhere else. Lastly, get with Greg on a good offer. Have him work his magic on a great offer to get somebody back. I've gone back to him with what I prospect has said and taken that to the prospective person that they're going to come back with a welcome home, and they didn't bite. So went back to Greg and he worked on it, and we would get the split up a little bit, or we'd get the sign on up a little bit, or a combination of the two. But yeah, it's stay consistent. Definitely work with Greg as far as the offers go, and just hang in there. It definitely takes a little wear and tear on yourself to kind of push through and get to that point, but start with the text messaging, move to the phone calls if you're getting responses back from them, and hang in there. We've had a couple big ones come back to Lakeland, a couple more that are looking, and Winter Haven had some huge agents come back last year as well as this year. So stick with it. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We'll see you all soon. Take care.